Hey everyone, welcome back to Anna Nail School English channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to transform bitten short nails, and this is my client's nail. She's a regular, and this time she came like 2-3 months late. Because of that, whatever work we have done before, whatever improvement happened in the past has gone for a toss. So we are going to build the natural nail growth again from the scratch. Okay, so for such nails, doing dry manicure is a little time consuming than the regular nails. So what I'm doing here is I'm using my orange wood stick to push back the cuticle and open the cuticle pocket. So in case if you don't have orange wood stick, you can also use a metallic pusher, but make sure that after every single use you are disinfecting and sterilizing your equipments. So orange wood stick I prefer because it's a use and throw stuff. For some clients, orange wood stick may not work, so in such scenario it's better to have a cuticle pusher. So now I'm pushing back the cuticle skin of the middle finger. So this finger was a little sore. I don't know what happened, but it was a little sore, so I had to be extra careful. So now if you see the pinky nails, we don't have an opening at all. So in such scenarios, what I do is I start at the corner, gently push it, create one single opening by pushing it like 2-3 times, and once I have that opening, then you can keep on moving and you can create like a complete open pocket. After opening the pockets, I have switched into my electric file. So I'm using a flame bit, and this is a blue abrasive mark flame bit, and I'm using my machine on a reverse mode, and the speed I'm using is 18,000 rpm. So normally for dry manicure you can use between 15 to 20,000 rpm speed. If you're a beginner, I don't recommend going that fast. You can stick to 10,000 or 12,000, but if you're an experienced professional, then obviously you can go for like 18,000 rpm. That is the ideal speed. Okay, so if you don't have enough speed, you end up damaging the nail, so it's always best to work with the ideal speed. Okay, so as you can see here, the nails have a lot of dry dead skin. So now if you look at here, we can see like white small pieces breaking off from the nails. So these are all like dead cuticle skin stuck on the nail plate. Okay, so if you don't remove them, your extensions won't last. Okay, and especially this is a bitten short nail, so anyways having a long lasting extension is a bit of a challenge, and if you don't do the dry manicure right, then just forget it. It's not gonna last more than a week. So normally whenever I do her extension, it lasts for like 3 to 4 weeks, and then she comes for the next set. Sometimes she misses her appointments and then comes later, and then we have this situation again where we have to start over. And whenever she is coming like back to back, then we don't have too much of a struggle in doing dry manicure. But now that she came after 2-3 months, it's a little bad situation here, as you can see. So I'm trying to remove this one, and she has a little soreness on this finger, so she was just pulling back a little bit, and I'm actually not even touching her cuticle skin, but it was still sensitive. So whenever your client says that okay, this is kind of uncomfortable, then you just change your game of doing your dry manicure. So just go more gentle. Anyways, I'm gentle, but then because of the soreness, I had to go extra gentle. So I switched back to forward mode, and I went on with the left side of her nails, and then I asked her if it's still hurting, and she said no, and then we went on with the rest of the manicure here. And after doing your e-file manicure, I switched to a hand file because I wanted to buff off the shine from the nail plate. So you can use an e-file for the same also, but I didn't want to switch it, so I had the files out, so I thought I'll just use my hand file. So normally you can use a 100-180 grit file. The 180 side is the ideal side, but if you're an expert technician, then maybe you can use a 150 also, but be very gentle if you're using 150, because one wrong move and you can damage the nail. Just be very gentle. Okay, but I recommend you go with a 180 grit file, and if your client has a damaged nail, maybe then you can go for a 220 grit file. Okay, so just hold the finger and then buff off the shine from the nail plate. We need a really dry matte base for our extensions to last. Like I said, it's a bitten short nail, we have barely any nail bed, so we need to have like a good grip, so we need to have a very thorough dry manicure here. Okay, so after this I also did the cuticle nipping, which I forgot to record, but I have shown that in other videos, so in case if you want to see how I do that, then you can check out those videos. I normally use a cuticle nipper to kind of nip the what we call cuticle skin, and after that I do this. Sometimes I do the buffing before, sometimes I do the buffing after trimming the cuticle skin. And next is to clean the nail bed. So I'm using a lint-free wipe and alcohol to kind of clean the nail bed, and before I do this I just dust off all the dust from the nail bed and the skin. After this I use my lint-free wipe to clean the nail plate. So now as you can see here, the nail bed and the nail plate and everything, the surrounding area, everything is absolutely clean. Now it's time for us to start with the product application. As I said, since we have a very little nail bed, tip application is not going to happen. Polygel is something that is not suitable for this particular client because she's a little rough on their daily hand usage. I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but she's a little rough on her nails. So I once tried the polygel, but she broke it in like a day or two. So we always go for acrylic. Okay, so I'm using paper foams. I have monomer, my Kolinsky brush, and my polymer. Polymer is from the brand called T&D, one of my favorite brand for acrylic products. They also have a lot of gel polishes and stuff, but acrylic is my favorite, and their top coats and base coats are like top notch quality, so I love them. And I also have their e-file and their UV LED lamp, which everything is good, but a little pricey. So now I'm fitting the foam here. So for such nails, fitting foam is a little tricky. So in case if you wish to learn all these techniques that I'm following here, you can join one of our classes. Even if you are a beginner, you wanted to just polish your skills, then also we have classes. If you are an absolute beginner and you want to learn from scratch, then that is also something that we do. Do let me know in the comment section if you would like to know the details, or you can DM me on WhatsApp via the number given in the description box. Okay, so the next step I'm following here is applying dehydrator and then primer. Dehydrator you can apply a little extra if you want, but primer is something that you don't just apply a lot. Okay, only a thin layer of primer is enough. Now I picked up a bead, I placed it at the free edge of the nails, and then I'm using my Kolinsky brush to kind of push back and create a free edge using the product. So now remember, for normal extensions, if you are using a tip, then you have the tip at the edge of your natural nails, and then you put the product on top of it. But when you're using paper forms, this process is called sculpting, because we are basically sculpting the entire nail, just putting a base. The paper form is used as a base for our product to like kind of stand, and once the product is dry, then we pull off the foam, and that's how we do the nails. So it's called sculpting. Okay, so whenever I put a video mentioning using paper forms to build the nails, there are people come and tell me, oh, this is called sculpting. Yes, I am aware it is called sculpting, because I learned this when I started. I learned with paper forms only, so I am very well aware it is called sculpting. Anyways, so whenever you do the first bead, you can also create the length, width, thickness, everything just by molding the acrylic. So when you do this, just make sure your liquid powder consistency is really good. You don't want too runny, you don't want too dry. You have to have that perfect consistency. Then only you will be able to control the bead. If it's too dry, then it's difficult. If it's too wet, then it's all over the place. So you want it to be in the perfect consistency. Okay, so this is one of the lessons that we cover during our classes, how to pick up the perfect consistency. So basically it's a 2:1 ratio that you have to follow, 2 parts of powder and 1 part of monomer. Okay, so here I am just building the architecture of the nail with 2 beads. The thickness should be similar to a credit card if you are doing nails using paper forms, and in case if you think you can go a little thinner, but don't go thicker than that. And here I am building a little extra thickness because like I said, this client of mine, especially on her right hand, she's a little hard whenever she is doing her daily activities, so we don't want her coming back again. So I just built it a little thicker so that it can be held. Whenever I left it thinner, she always broke it. So she upfront she tells me leave it a little thicker because I am a little rough on my fingers. So yeah, so I built a little extra thickness here, and that's how we completed our application. After application, I removed the foam and I started filing and shaping, and after filing shaping, this is how it looks like. And after buffing, we are going to clean it, and then we'll start with the gel polish application. So the nails looked really cute, and today we are going to use cateye, and we are going to create the heart using cateye. And this is something that she's going to get for the first time, and she loved it, by the way. And I had a new gel polish that I recently purchased. So this is the color, it's a beautiful lavender color. So I started with first layer and I deactivated the cateye and then cured it, and then I'm going here. What you're seeing is the second layer of the gel. I forgot to record the first part again, okay, apologies. So the second part, second layer, I'm applying it, and then I'm going to activate the cateye effect, and then I'm going to use my heart, what is it called, I don't know. So that thing that I have for the the heart creation, it's like a V-shaped metallic stuff. So this is how you just attach it to your magnet and then hold it like this for like 10-12 seconds, and then you get your heart. Okay, so as soon as you are done, and if you have like a proper heart, then you can just flash cure it. In case if it's not the way you wanted, then just use your polish brush to smudge it, and then you can start over. Okay, so I repeated the same on all her fingers, and this is the final look, and she totally loved it, and it came out so pretty. And that's all for today's video, and I'll show you the soft gel tip application that I did on her left hand, and I will explain how that worked. And stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you soon on my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you for watching.